Fáilte ras go Park Luas Ardwaha don Clicker Shaw idir Doirnin Gurrum agus an Mahari. Welcome back to the Simply Fruit Division 3 Minor Championship final between Mahari and Doirnin Blues, and as referee Ruan McKinstry is about to throw the ball in for the second half. It's Doirnin Blues 2-7. Mahari 2 points, and Mahari have it all to do in the second half, Paddy, don't they?
Yeah, they're going to be up again it here now, and maybe they'll just have to get off to a good start, maybe try and get a goal on a few points and see if they can put the Doirnin Blues on the back foot for the second half.
One change now in the Mahari team. Iver Cuig Jig Ben Creeley, number 15 Ben Creeley, Neil Shea Gimmich Darna Laha August Ben Creeley, is coming on for Dara McConville's number 15. Confused me because he didn't start, but he's been brought on for number 3, Dara McConville. So that's the one change, folks. As Mahari, it's really a change in the pattern of the play that Mahari need, and they haven't in the early stages. It hasn't happened because Shane Carraher is in dangerous position again, and he's chipped that ball over the bar. So very much from a Doirnin Blues point of view, it is business as usual after 54 seconds of this Simply Fruit Minor Championship final, because they've tagged on another point, and that is Doirnin Blues 2-8, Mahari 2 points. And that's really Doirnin Blues got the start that Mahari needed there, Paddy.
Yeah, they did indeed, and Shane Carraher there, he actually played that ball in from about 70 yards and went back and took the ball back off him again and just topped it over the bar. An excellent score from him.
Yeah, he's been really impressive, hasn't he? And here's number 11, Shea Coleman, and Shea's had an effort there, but that's gone wide. And you suspect, I must admit, apologies for not perhaps having done my homework sufficiently well. I'm not exactly sure whether Shane Carraher is a Cullaville man or a Forkhill man, but I suspect whichever of the two he is, that he could well next year he could well be playing senior football. He looks like he wouldn't be out of place there.
No, there's a few of these lads here will definitely be playing senior football next year. Big strong lads. It was them 5 or 6 men that we mentioned in the first half. I'd safely say they'll all be shown for their senior teams at some stage next year.
Yeah, and here's the worried about the minor teams at the minute, and that's Johnny Conlon, and he's added his own personal tally. It's now 1-2 for Johnny Conlon, and that's an excellent point. And again, great start from Doirnin Blues in the second half, and really, I'm sure the Mahari lads, the manager was telling them at half time that it's not over, they still got every opportunity, but they needed the start, and they haven't quite got it, unfortunately.
No, it is just kind of carried on from the way it finished in the first half. That was kind of the way it started in the first half too. They're just on top and all over the field.
Yeah, I mean, they really are, And an update here from the hurling in the Ulster Intermediate Championship, and it's Culholland's 111. Excellent news, because in a scheme of only 5 points. So it looks like, without wanting to say too much, the 18 minutes to play, that we're on course to have an Armagh team progressing in the hurling championship. Also, the last word on Crave Rua was that they were winning fairly handsomely, so all good news so far for our Armagh teams. Of course, Madden will be in the intermediate football action next Sunday in Crossmaglen. They play, I think it's 4 Glen of County Derry that they play, as Mark McCrory evades a challenge there for Mahari, pumps it down along the line, but that's been well dealt with. They're strong enough challenge, but the Doirnin Blues man was well fit to ship it, and they burst forward again. And here's Shea Coleman, and he's kicked it in towards some of the danger man. Here's that man Carraher again, and it's wide. It's wide. It's 45. It looked like it rippled the side netting there. I think it was maybe, I'm not sure it was a goalkeeper or defender that got a touch on it, but it was deflected out anyway. And a few premature cheers in front of us there from players who thought that Shane Carraher got his second goal, but he continues to play. He continues to play excellently well. Does young Carraher, and. This is be an opportunity for Shea Coleman. Was from the 45. And it's difficult at minor level to get too many of these. We've seen plenty kicked wide in senior championships, but Shea Coleman's had a decent effort there, but it's been dealt with by the Mahari. That looked like a very strong challenge. I'm sure the referee, he hasn't given a free out, perhaps surprisingly so. And that's been pumped out over the terrace side of the pitch there to number 12, Ronan Tennyson. Roland Tennyson got He got a point in the first half, and he's played that long. But Paddy, Mahari have to work so hard to get the ball up the field, don't they?
Yeah, they're fighting for every ball here, and in fairness, they're coming out second best most times to go for it. And it's going to be a tough second half for them from here on in.
And I was speaking to former Armagh coach John Morrison, and he suggested that at half time that this Doirnin Blues team that they would be well matched against the Cross McGlen Rangers side, which won the Division 2 minor title last weekend. I missed that match myself, Paddy. I believe you worked on it. I suspect there'll be an interesting clash between what are the Division 2 champions and what look like being the Division 3 champions.
Yeah, well, I think Cross McGlen might maybe have something to say about that, but from what I can see here today, these lads, they're a big, strong team, and they would definitely put it up to any minor team in the county by the looks of it here.
And of course, don't forget, folks, that we have the live on Armagh TV next weekend at 3:30. We have the Simply Fruit Division 1 Minor Championship match between Drummond T agus Bellaha between Silverbridge and Drummond T will be playing in that particular game. So it looks like we have a switch here. We have James May enters the fray for Mahari. James May is on. And he has replaced Owen Fox, and that's there's now a chance for Maghery to inject some life into this second half, because things aren't going well for them. There's no doubt. We have an injury. We've a Doirnin Blues man down injured, so no play taking place at present, and Mahari needs scores, and they need them fairly quickly, Paddy.
Yeah, they do, and they need probably a couple of goals at this stage. Otherwise, it's probably, it's probably not too early to call it, but it looks like it's game over for them at the minute. The way Doirnin Blues are playing, and the way that the Mahari lads are having to fight for every ball, and contest for every ball, how hard they are, it's looking like a serious uphill challenge for them at the minute. It
is, and just want a little bit of a lull in play here, Paddy. I'll maybe reflect on what was the big news certainly from a county perspective for Armagh during the week, and it was one that set Twitter alight. I think it was Tuesday evening, was it? It was announced that there was going to think about the word came through at about 4 o'clock that there was going to be a big announcement at 5 p.m. and certainly the announcement couldn't have got much bigger than the news that Armagh's captain in 2002, Kieran McGeaney, is joining Paul Grimley's management team.
Yeah, big news now, alright, and I'd safely say there'll be a whole lot of people happy about that appointment, throughout Armagh. But it's a brilliant man to get back into the fold again.
Yeah, but I think it's been met with, from a range of emotions, from feverish excitement perhaps to cautious optimism. Certainly one man involved in the coaching panel isn't going to necessarily transform all of our woes, but it really is great news and something to look forward to for all Armagh fans, and something to look forward to for fans of Cullaville and Fork Hill. Is this minor team that they have, because number 22 has had an effort there, Derek Kearns, and that one's gone wide, but they remain in a very commanding position after 7 minutes this second half. It's Doirnin Blues 2-9, Mahari 2 points. And of course, we're looking forward to at 4 p.m. Don't forget, folks, continue to join us on Armagh TV for Clonmore versus Annickmore, the local derby. Was billed one of the billings on Facebook and the Armagh-gaa Facebook page during the week was good fences. Whether good fences made good neighbours, and certainly we have a neighbourly tussle at 4 p.m. coming up, and one to look forward to, Paddy. Yeah. As Mahari actually have an opportunity here, and this is number 15, Ben Creeley, the substitute, and that ball's gone wide. So looking forward to the game at 4 o'clock, Paddy. Yeah, it should be a tough game. I'd safely say there'll be no love lost in that game. It'll be, as you say, local neighbours, and they'll not hold back in it. They'll not want to have the other team having the bragging rights over them for the next whatever amount of years. Yeah, and certainly, with given that Annickmore are headed for the senior championship, and Clonmore, very safely ensconced in the intermediate league, finished halfway up that, and given the restructuring of the championships, it's unlikely that the two are unlikely enough to be playing junior football for a few years yet. So this is a real chance to get some championship silverware. Yeah, and just as I say, it could be a long time before they meet again. So they'll not want to lose that game. No, and it's certainly building up to. And here's an opportunity now for that was Roland of Trainer rather, Fernal Trainer. And just with news coming in here from the under 21 championship, I think it's the intermediate game. It's the final score is Katy 111, St Peter's 10 points. So it'll be the Grange versus Katy in the TMET under 21 intermediate championship final rather, and so certainly that'll be one to look forward to for a bit of a mid-Armagh derby there, and that's one that we'll certainly look forward to. The senior under 21 championship, if you follow me, that's reached the semi-final stage, and we won't know, given that Cullyhan are involved in that. They play Pearse Oaks in the semi-final. That won't be that game won't be played until Cullyhan is until certainly after the county final, and perhaps until a few wags from Cullyhan have suggested that once their Ulster campaign is over, that it'll be a while before the under 21 games played. But certainly the Grange versus Katy will be one to look forward to, and that's something to look forward to there for Doirnin Blues from Shane Carraher. He's put a ball over the bar, and that's 2 points for Carraher in the second half. And that's his personal tally of 1-4. Really been playing exceptionally well, Shane Carraher, hasn't he, Paddy?
Yeah, great score from him. And every time he gets in on goal, he thinks about nothing else, only ripping the back of the net. And he's equally good from 35, 40 yards. He just swung that ball over the bar, he used the wind, and he put it over to perfection.
And 50 minutes after 50 minutes in the Ulster Junior Hurling Championship, it's Creelrua 2-18, Shamrocks from Tyrone 2-4. So that's excellent news there. But maybe excellent news is Daniel Higgins' run for Mahari. He's played it on as far as Ben Creeley, and that's now it's in the arms of the goalkeeper, and that's been pumped out, and an opportunity for Doirnin Blues here with Shea Gregory. Shea Gregory's played it out. Opportunity. That was a chance for Mahari. They looked very lively there, Paddy.
It was Ben Creeley was straight in on goal there, and I think he got hit that hard before he actually took the shot that he was knocked off the ball. He never even got his boot to it. So he took a hard tackle just before he kicked it.
There's some exceptional defending, hasn't there, from Doirnin Blues. Daniel Higgins has it again, and he shipped another heavy challenge. A real good fair shoulder there, really excellent exponent of that skill of the game. To a certain extent, it's a dying art there. The real hard, the fair shoulder challenge, Paddy. But that was one there.
That's actually the second challenge that Cathal Armstrong has put in like that, and the two of them have been fair shoulders, and he's hit them on, and he's just he's put him in the next week on each occasion.
Yes, we have a player down here getting attention, so hopefully he'll be able to revive himself in due course. And I think we're going to have a substitution here. A substitution for Doirnin Blues, and it looks like Cormac MacDonald. Cormac MacDonald had a brief interlude of an appearance in the first half, but he now seems to be on a permanent basis. And he's replacing number 22, Dara Cairns. So, folks, 12 minutes played here. It's Doirnin Blues 2-10. It's Mahari 2 points, and there's a player receiving a little bit of treatment. So about 17 minutes to go, and really, unfortunately, it looks like it looks like Doirnin Blues have just been too strong today, Paddy. It's difficult. Really, is difficult at this point to see a way back into the game for Mahari.
No, I think it's it's game over now, and I'm just looking through the programme here. We mentioned that 6 lads that are on the panel from last year. Between the 6 of them, they've got 5, 6, 7 points and 2 goals between them. So it's probably them lads. Well, it is them lads that's making all the difference today. Yeah,
the experience counts for so much. As Fergal Traynor tries to get away there, Fergal Traynor's been awarded the free, and tensions getting a few boys' emotions getting the better of them there. But foolish stuff. But it'll be not too much importance there as the ball's played down, and Mahari challenge for it. And here comes John Mackle. John Mackle pumped the ball down the line there, but again, hand in expertly from Padraig McGuigan. Some great corner back play. Paul McGuigan's made a couple of crucial interceptions, and Kieran Thornton, of course, that magnificent rob which avoided a Mahari goal in the first half. I think some of the Clonmore contingent begin to arrive here, and they're looking forward to the TMET Junior Championship final at 4 p.m, and certainly that's one that we'll have on Armagh TV. think some of the Attic players have arrived as well. So nice to see the players are catching a bit of the minor match, I suppose. Well, it's difficult for the senior players to know what to do, Paddy, at these times, and there's so much nervous energy, and whether it's necessarily a good thing for them to be sitting camped in a dressing room, I'm not sure, for an hour or more before a match. But this game out in front of us, not quite over yet, because that's an excellent point there from Paul McConnell. So that's the third score of the match for Mahari, and excellent point from young McConnell after 15 minutes. Mahari 3 points, Doirnin Blues 2-10, as Cian Murta, I think, yes, Cian Murta is entering the fray now for Mahari. And that's Cian Murta's on. We'll just try and catch up with who's being. I think they're trying to decide now who's been taken off there. But Cian's on. That's the important thing. And the point came from Paul McConnell.
Yeah, I think just on what you were saying there, Paddy, about Clonmore and Annickmore, the managers will probably just be telling them, go and do what you want, go out and watch the game, sit in the change rooms, do whatever you have to do just to get yourself ready for the game and get tuned in, and then, when the time comes, they'll be into the change rooms, get the gear on and out onto the field.
Cormac Toner here with the effort for Doirnin Blues, but that's gone well wide. I mean, I know we've had some a lot of entertainment under lights in the team at senior, junior, and intermediate championships, Paddy. But I know one of the issues with those games is, from a player's point of view, that the players would tell you that they feel if a game's at 7 o'clock at night, they're hanging about and they're thinking about it, and they're using up a lot of energy, and maybe haven't slept too well the night before. And sometimes from a player's point of view, they like just getting into the routine that they would usually have for a league match on a Sunday, and just getting the game played and getting away on, getting out on the pitch and doing the business where it matters.
Yeah, well, you see, by nature, we don't like changing our routine. So when you're playing your games at 2, 3, 4 o'clock every Sunday or whatever day it is you're playing them, you don't like changing your days. You don't like changing your dates or your times. So you want to be kind of doing it on a regular basis, doing the same thing over and over again. Them lads probably get up in the morning. They probably get the same things every day. Getting ready for a match, and then if the game's not at 2 o'clock, they don't know whether to go and get another, get a dinner in them, or what to do, or where to go, or what to be at. So it's like I say, it's human nature just to be. You don't like changing routines.
Very much so. I agree entirely, Paddy. But it's just something that teams have to get used to. I suppose it's one of the pitfalls of of the big day, and you have to try and adapt to the change surroundings. Just to confirm that change, Cian Murta was on, and it's Ben Creeley who's come off on the Mahari team.
Desk number 15, Ben Creeley.
So Ben Creeley off, Cian Murta on, as Mahari look to try and get back into this game, and I suspect being realistic, Paddy, what I suppose what Mahari are hoping to do is really win the second half, show a bit of pride in their jersey over the next. Not to say that they haven't shown pride in the first 45 minutes, but to try and get a few scores here and reduce the deficit as much as they can, because they've had the misfortune of encountering a really fantastic Doirnin Blues team. Yeah,
well, what I will say is Mahari have played a lot better football in the second half. They've played a lot more football in Doirnin Blues half, so I know it probably doesn't reflect on the scoreboard. They've only got a point in the second half, but they have played a lot better football.
Unfortunately now a very difficult sight to see of a young lad being taken off, having to be carried off the field, and a Doirnin Blues player. Not entirely certain as to who that is, but a sad sight to see, and what is likely going to be a very happy occasion for his teammates. And unfortunately, the players had to be taken off there injured. And I think that's Shea Gregory for Doirnin Blues, but I'll just get that confirmed. Here comes the substitute. That's Mark O'Neill. O'Neill, of course, one of the famous names associated with the Cullaville club. So I'm not quite sure if Mark's really part of that connection, but the ball's gone wide there for the free from Mahari, and in fact it was number 6 there, Fergal Trainer. Fergal had such a strong and excellent game. He's one of the stars of the first half, Paddy. It's real sad to see him have to come off injured.
Yeah, it's not nice to see that anyone getting carried off the field, and I see the stretcher just going up for him here now, so hopefully he's alright. He seems to be in a bit of pain, but it was kind of his runs, his driving forward and his surging forward in the first half that was, set Doirnin Blues up in the position that they're in at the minute.
Yeah, and of course he was involved last year on the same day when they won the Division 3 minor championship, as Mahari tried to go forward here, but Powder McGuigan again. McGuigan's kicked it out, and that's only gone as far as Michael Gallagher. Gallagher pumps the ball back in, and that one's going to drift harmlessly wide, and Mahari, they're really, they're huffing and they're puffing here in the second half, doing their best, but they seem unlikely to blow or even threaten to blow the Fort Kilcullaville house down, Paddy, in the here in the athletic grounds.
No, they got blew away in the first half, and their managers obviously got stuck into them at half time, and he said, lads, listen, just go out and give it all you have in the second half. And in fairness to them, they're putting it up to Doirnin Blues in the second half, but it's too little too late at this stage.
And good news in the Ulster Hurling Championship with a full-time score here at Armagh-gaa 214, Inniskeen 6 points. So the Armagh Hurling Champions, they march on in the Intermediate Championship, and that's a very, very comfortable win. 14 points between the sides, and that'll be they've beaten the Monaghan team, and no doubt there'll be more stern tasks that'll await in that championship, Paddy.
Yeah, there will, but Cahuillians probably would have looked at that game going into it and thought that would have been a tricky game for them, because I know Inniskeen's a good side, they're a hard side to beat, and Cahuillians they'd be very happy with that result today.
And Paul McConville on the ball here from Mahari, and that's a good pass. That's as far as Brendan Havron, and Havron has put the ball in the back of the net, and that's an excellent goal there, found expertly found by his teammate. And Brendan Havron, when he got the opportunity, we were lauding the quality of the goals from Doirnin Blues in the first half. That goal from Brendan Havron was every bit as good and better, wasn't it, Paddy?
Yeah, it was brilliant. Excellently took top corner again. The score taken here today has been brilliant. It's been top class, especially the goals.
And I'm not, it's difficult to see with 9 minutes to play, and there's still a deficit of 10 points. It's difficult to see Mahari come back into it, but certainly they played with real pride, grit, and determination here in the second half. As that ball's been played by Doirnin Blues, and they really have quietened the Fort Kill Fords down, Paddy. We haven't been over the last 10 minutes or so. We haven't been talking about Shane Carraher, PJ McCallan, Cormac Toner, Johnny Conlon, they were names that were tripping off the tongue in the first half, but fair play to Mahari, they've cut off the supply line, and when you're dealing with a dangerous set of forwards, that's always the best thing to do. As Brendan Havron, confidence high that he just scored a goal, and he's kicked that ball over the bar, so that takes Brendan Havron's personal tally to 1-2 here in the athletic grounds, and Mahari really displaying a bit of pride here, Paddy.
They are. They're fighting well in this second half, and not to take away from the way that they're playing. They're playing very well, but it could be a case of two that the Blues have maybe just took the foot off the pedal at half time, and they think maybe the job's done, and it shows how a team can get back into a game. If it had been any closer, they'd have been starting to worry at this stage.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah, and there's no doubt that's correct. But it's from a full-time score here and from the Ulster Junior Hurling Championship, and Cravery of Camlaw, they've beaten Strabane 222 to 3-6. So very, very convincing victory there for the lads from Camlaw. And they'll hope to go on further in the Junior Championship, as Doirnin Blues try to kick themselves back into life here. They've conceded a few scores there, don't seem any imminent danger of it, but here comes Johnny Conlon, and Johnny Conlon squared the ball across. It's that man Carraher again, and he's blazed that. Is it over the bar or is it wide? It's over the bar. It was good work there from Johnny Conlon. He found Shane Carraher, and opportunity for a goal, but Carraher, I think he was trying to put the ball in the net, but it flew over the bar there, Paddy.
Yeah, he was looking the back of the net again. You can see him walking away here, and he's scratching the head, thinking that he probably should have had a goal. So, he was definitely going for that one.
Well, I know he might be screaming a little disappointed, but any day that you're playing in the athletic grounds and you score 1-5, you're doing something right, and that's been the case for Shane Carraher of Doirnin Blues this afternoon. As attacking there is Brendan Havron. He's been the danger man for Mahari throughout. Here's Havron again. Is this going to be an opportunity for him to add to his personal tally? Yes, it is. And so within about 5 minutes here, Brendan Havron has scored 1-2. 1-3 is his personal tally. 1-5 is what the Mahari men have managed. And it's here in the Simply Fruit Division 3 Minor Championship Final. It's Doirnin Blues 2-11, Mahari 1-5, and Mahari really come back into this game, Paddy. I suspect it was too little too late, but they can take great pride, and certainly Brendan Havron has made a real difference here in the second half.
He has, yeah, and just on the first half as well, Mahari were very wastely. It's costing them in this second half. They had 2 or 3 goal scoring opportunities, and they got nothing out of it, and they had 3 or 4 shots on target. Well, sorry, not on target. That should have been on target, and they put them wide, and it's kind of costing them now at this stage.
Yeah, but again, without wanting to repeat the point too much, but if you hark back to the Tiernan Thornton's crucial interception that really saved the goal. And if Mahari got a goal there and they had a couple of other opportunities, they mightn't have been too much in this match.
Yeah, it could have been all very different. Only for that interception, it was a great bit of play. Great reading of the game, and as soon as he got it, he just let it off to his keeper, and it was back up the field. And I think actually Doirnin Blues went straight back up the field and got a point out of it.
They did. And that ball's played here. Mahari is Haverin's chasing after the game, but he won't quite get to that. And this ball will be kicked out by Gavin Maghery. And don't forget, folks, to get the comments in. Let us know where you're watching the match from, and maybe a few of you are starting to tune in. We're less than an hour away from the junior final between Clonmore and Armagh-gaa. So if you're supporting one of those teams, you're from that part of the world, let us know. I'm sure there'll be. And here's number 10. That's Brendan Haverin again. And he's playing it off here to James May. James May's had an effort, that's flashed wide. And really, Paddy, Mahari have had a lot of opportunities here in the second half. I know there's certainly an element that Forkhill Cullivel have taken the foot off the pedal, but you really wonder, had they made a bit of a better start, we could have had a very exciting finish here.
Yeah, well, that's 4 or else 5 goals that they could have had, and they've just been their shot selection maybe, and they've just. It has let them down on the day, and in fairness to them, as you say, they've come back into this game and they've played brilliant in the second half.
And that's another, really in midfield, they're completely taken over, and Daniel Higgins has played no small part in that, and he's taken the free there. And it really has been all Mahari over the last 20 minutes, or almost exclusively so. And here's I think it's Michael Gallagher. Michael Gallagher's had a kick, and Michael Gallagher's put that one wide. And 4 minutes to go as we. It looks like Doirnin Blues have done enough really at this stage. It would take something absolutely outstanding to deprive the Forkhill Cullivel man of the title. But looking forward to the Clonmore Armagh-gaa game, Paddy. Do you have a particular fancy for that one, or?
Well, I know Clonmore were runaway winners against Killeavy Seconds, but in fairness, Killeavy Seconds didn't put up much of a fight that night. But I don't know, I just think there seems to be a lot more experience on the Armagh-gaa team, so I think I'd just be favouring Armagh-gaa in that one.
And Shane Carr, he tried an audacious pass there at the outside of the right foot, didn't quite come off, but it's certainly going to be an interesting junior final. Should be plenty of maybe a split loyalties even between families, I suspect, Paddy. In that part of the world there. There'll be plenty of people with a foot in both camps, you suspect.
I'd say there could be an odd man married an odd man's sister, maybe, so there could be a few men having a bit of crack probably the last couple of weeks there, the last couple of days, so I'd say there'll be a bit of slagging going on after the game now, regardless of what way it goes.
Oh, certainly there will. And the same, of course, next week for the senior final between Cullyhanna and Crossmaglen. And we're reaching the final stages here in the Simply Fruit Division 3 Minor Championship Final. It's Doirnin Blues 2-11, Mahari 1-5, and don't forget, folks, to stay tuned after the match, because we'll be having interviews with the winning manager and with the winning manager and captain there. As we were talking about earlier, there seems to be 5 managers on the Doirnin Blues team, so good luck to whoever's trying to deal with those particular interviews. But I don't know if we'll hear from all 5. Perhaps we will. I'll leave that to other people more important at times than me. But what I do know here is that Shane Carr's got a hold of this ball, and he's looking to finish with a flourish. In fact, it was Johnny Conlon looking to finish with a flourish here. Doirnin Blues have the opportunity. They've played it out to number 17. That's Mark O'Neill, and Mark O'Neill has had a pop, and Mark O'Neill has had a point, and that's a first score actually. Carr got a point there not so long ago, but an excellent score from the substitute Mark O'Neill. He's been introduced and he's marked his presence on the pitch with a point. And a minute and a half to play here of normal time. Then we're going to have 5 minutes of injury time after that, folks. So plenty of time left in this match. But here comes Shea Coleman, and that's been cleared off. And that is Cormac Toner, the man who has a senior Division 3 league medal in his collection. And he's now also going to be adding Division 3 minor championship final medal to that, because he kicked the ball over the bar, and it's Doirnin Blues 2-13 and it's Mahari 1-5.
And we keep harping back that here, Paddy. Mahari's wastefulness in that first half, and even that a few fairly good chances in this second half. This game could be a whole lot different, getting into the last 5 minutes of play.
Yes, it certainly could. There's no doubt about that. And Mahari pumped the ball down there, and they look to try and get another score or two before the finish. Strong tackle there on number 8 Daniel Higgins, who's going for that, and he'll have a word with Cathal Armstrong, the Doirnin Blues defender. Sorry, in fact it was number 6. Sorry, I do apologise. It was John Mackle who was going for that ball. And the game's. The game has been even though there's been a fair bit between the two sides in the scoreboard throughout the second half, it's still been entertaining, Paddy. There's been plenty of neither team's given up.
No, well that's the thing, and the way Mahari have played in the second half, it has left it entertaining. They definitely have put it up to Doirnin Blues.
And it'll be the man who's fouled John Mackle with this kick, and we pass the 30-minute mark here in the Simply Fruit Division 3 Minor Championship Final, and number 11 there plays it in, James May. James May finds number 19, who's Cian Murta. I think this might be his first opportunity. Cian Murta, small man there, he tried to play the ball across and the ball's been knocked out, and that'll be a 45.
Yeah, it was Cathal Armstrong that picked up that yellow card there, Paddy, and it was him that we were referring to with the two hard tackles before that, and he just kind of mistimed that one, and the referee deemed it a yellow card.
Yeah, and here'll be certainly there's been some strong tackling in this game, but no dirty play at all really, Paddy. It's been played in this sporting manner, and a lot of the tackling and shoulder charging from the Doirnin Blues players especially, has been really enjoyable to watch. Yeah,
it's been very, very good. It's a lot of hard hitting, but there's been no malice whatsoever in the game, and that's, as a manager and a player, that's all you can ask of your team.
Mark McCrory's effort there from the 45, and that was punched clear by the goalkeeper Gavin McVeary, and Mahari, they're still plugging away here, doing their best. Here's Michael Rogers, I think, over there with the ball for Doirnin Blues, and Doirnin, they've played that over there. And it looks like it's going to be a free here. Not quite sure what the referee is. It's given a sideline, in fact, yes. Sideline ball to the Mahari man. Well, Doirnin Blues, of course, Padre O'Doirnin, he was a poet, and they'll tell tales about this one in Forkhill, no doubt, over the next few weeks, as the ball's played there from Mahari to Paul McConville. Paul McConville plays it out to Michael Gallagher, and Gallagher has had a shot well blocked there. And the Mahari putting Forkhill under so much pressure. Look how many players of Forkhill Cullival have had to bring back.
Yeah, well, just as you look at it now, Paddy, there's only 2 players from each side in the Doirnin Blues half of the field. So it's all one-way traffic at the minute with Mahari.
Yeah, shot taken there by Michael Gallagher, but unfortunately that drifted to the right as we look at it and wide. And we've had. It's been an entertaining enough game, there's no doubt, as good as Mahari being in the second half, I think there's no doubt that Doirnin Blues are very deserved winners, Paddy. They really were exceptional in that first half.
Yeah, they were very, very good. They blew them away, just, and Mahari had no answer for them all over the field, as we talked about before, them 6 lads that are there from last year, they completely dominated the game and completely dominated the play.
And now here comes Michael Rogers. Michael Rogers has played that forward, and this is an opportunity for centre half forward Shea Coleman to pick it up. Shea Coleman's picked it up, and he's played a very dangerous ball in. The goalkeeper and defender are both going for it, and they've managed to retain possession as Mahari trying to build here from defence. And we're headed in injury time. There'll be 5 minutes of that. We did have a couple of lengthy enough stoppages in the second half. We played 3 minutes of injury time. We've 2 minutes left, and here comes Daniel Higgins. Still Daniel Higgins. Daniel Higgins, he's had a great game for Mahari in what will surely be a defeat. But here's Brendan Havern, who's also been superb. And those two men can hold their heads up high. And the Forkhill goalkeeper was tackled there, and the ball's not gone out. Actually, it's Tiernan Thornton who's competing for it there, and I think we have 45. Is it, Paddy?
No, I think they're actually give a 14-yard free.
14-yard free, rather. And this could well be the final kick of the game, and for Mahari, and it looks like number 6 John Mackle's coming forward to take it.
Paddy, you can see here that Mahari's playing with a different swagger now. They're far more confident in the ball. Even that ball that went in there, and the keeper and the defender challenged for it. They got it out, they moved it quick, got it to the middle of the field, and they looked for their forward in space.
Well, that ball was tapped over the bar there from the free. I think that was John Mackle. Kicked out over the bar, and so it's Mahari at the moment. It's Mahari 1-6. It's Doirnin Blues 2-13. So that's 10 points between them. We've only about a minute left to play of injury time. His ball's kicked out there by Gavin McVeary, and this will be This will be a match that will be feted in households in Forkill and Cullaville, no doubt, over the next week or so. You know, always great to get a championship victory. You know, players they play away in the league all year, but you know it's a championship that they all want to win, isn't it, Paddy?
Yeah, it is indeed. And as we said earlier, you know, there's some of these lads might never play in the athletic grounds again, or you know, there's some of them could go on and represent their clubs and play at a higher level. But you know, it's a brilliant day for these lads here.
Oh, very much so, very much so. And we have a couple of substitutions there and to enjoy their piece of the final action. It looks like Gareth Comiskey and Paul Morgan for Doirnin Blues are going to be introduced.
Number 21, Paul Morgan for 2.
Yeah, Gareth Comiskey and Paul Morgan are on. We'll just catch up with who comes off, and to be honest, they won't be off for too long because we've played the 5 minutes of injury time here, and you know, really the substitution's fairly academic, but still, you know, an opportunity for these lads in future. Gareth and Paul to say that they played football on the athletic, on the hallowed turf of the athletic grounds. Paddy.
Yeah, brilliant day for them. I'm getting a wee bit of information here sent to me. Mahari have actually won the second half 7 points to 6. You know, so that kind of shows the way the game has panned out in the second half.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, it really has been all Mahari over the last 20 minutes or so. You know, we haven't been talking about, you know, the Cormac Toners, the Johnny Conlons, and the Shane Garrers that were so much to the fore in the first half, and I think this will be the final opportunity for Mark McCrory from the 45s with almost 6 minutes of injury time played. And don't forget, folks, to stay with us because we'll be bringing you interviews. We'll bring you the presentation and interviews from the winning managers and captains. And this ball's been pumped in by Mark McCrory. And that ball's been laid out, an opportunity, and it was kicked down by Michael Gallagher. That ball was blocked. The referee it was a 45 and the umpire, but the referee's blowing the final whistle. And so there we are here in the Simply Fruit Armagh Division 3 Minor Championship Final. Deserving winners in the end. Doirnin Blues 2-13, Mahari 1-6, and it's the O'Doirnin, the Forkill Cullaville amalgamation. They are the champions here in Division 3. They've been superb. They beat the Mahari lads 2 times in the league. They've beaten them. Certainly wasn't third time unlucky for O'Doirnin Blues because they've been the better team over the course of today, and you know, a thoroughly merited triumph, Paddy.
Yeah, very, very deserved win. You know, they blew them out of the water in the first half, and in fairness, Mahari tried to recover, but they just couldn't recover. There was too much damage done.
Yeah, I think that's correct, and you know, certainly, you know, while I don't want to undermine the efforts of the Mahari lads in the second half, which were, you know, very, very notable and commendable, no doubt, but you do have to think there was an element that the Cullaville Forkill lads took the eye off the. They took their eye off the ball a little and had their eye on the prize, which is the cup, which is going to be, of course, presented now eminently by Sean McAlinden from the Sarsfields Club. A familiar fixture at all Armagh matches and all these games in the athletic grounds. He's also the vice secretary of the Armagh Minor Board, and he's going to be presenting that cup to Captain Michael Rogers. And we're just waiting for that, and of course we're also waiting for the T-Met Junior Championship final between Clonmore and Annickmore. That'll be on at 4 p.m. and really something that we'll be looking forward to. So just getting ready. We'll be passing it down very soon to Brendan McCann and Tony Fern, and they'll be producing some interviews with you from the winning manager and captains. And great opportunity, I suppose, for these young lads to get the mugs on television. Paddy as well, you know, it'll be something that wouldn't happen to them every day. I wouldn't have thought.
And no doubt they'll take it with open arms too. They'll probably do a wee bit of celebrating and cheering there at the top of the steps. You know, it's great for them. You know, it's great for any man to go up the steps there and lift a cup in the athletic grounds. Yep,
they're ascending the steps now, and it'll be Captain Michael Rogers who'll be awarded with the trophy.
Anish Carson, Bronhi, Sean McGillinden, Rooney, Board Minner, Ardwaha, Corn, Buan Tanyahan, Shawson E. Quigley, our Captain, Gormaha E. Garnian, Michal Monrouri. Sean McAlinden, Secretary of the Minor Board, will present the Joe Quigley Perpetual Trophy to the Captain of the O'Doirnin Blues, Armagh Simply Fruit County Minor Championships Division 3 2013.
First of all, I'd just like to thank a few people before we present the cup. First of all, Simply Fruit, who sponsored the hurling and football underage championship, so big thank you to Simply Fruit. Secondly, officials today, the referee, linesmen and umpires who done a great job, and all the referees and linesmen throughout the championships. The games can't go on without them, so a big round of applause please. The send commiserations out to Mahari. Unfortunately it just didn't happen on the day, lads, but in typical Mahari fashion he's kept going to the end, and he's given the Doirnin Blues a game right up to the last whistle, so no doubt lads he'll be back. Well done. Finally, I'd just like to congratulate the Doirnin Blues on securing the Division 3 championship here today. They started off very well, and some fine scores in the first half set them up, and they run out fairly comfortable winners, but no doubt there's a lot of work going in at the start of the year with their coaches, so congratulations to all your coaches who helped us win, and wish the Doirnin Blues all the best. Now we present the cup to Michael Rogers.
First of all, I'd like to thank Team Mahari for putting up a brilliant game. Now, they weren't as fit as us in the first half, I'd say, but now they really put it up to my end game. I'd like 3 cheers for the Mahari team. Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hip hip, hooray! I especially want to thank the management for our team this year. They've fairly put up with a lot of I'm not saying it, but a lot of crap with us now this year. We're turning up to every training session, so I'd like to have a round of applause for our management. Martin Waters, Eugene McCrae, Barry Waters, and Tommy. What? I just want to thank our own lads for putting up a brilliant first half performance, especially now. I turn up to every training session all year now. That'll do me. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you. Okay. Good. Yes, I've got Martin Rogers, Martin Waters, the winning manager of the Doirnin Blues team. Martin, with 11-point lead at half time, was it difficult to motivate your players?
It always difficult to motivate them to keep them going. But you have to remind them that this could be the last game some of them might ever play. With the situation, an economic situation in the country at the minute, some of them may make it up to senior, some of them might make it through to under 21, and some of them may emigrate. That's the way it is in their part of the country at the minute. So you have to just keep reminding them that not to miss the opportunity. When we were young and we were growing up, we didn't get that much opportunity actually to play in the athletic grounds. Your games was played in just a local team, but to get here in the athletic grounds, and you try and get them motivated and not to miss or waste the opportunity.
And of course you had 6 players that played in the winning championship team from last year. Was that experience useful?
Of course it is. It's always useful, and success breeds success, as you know. But more importantly, we are 2 small clubs amalgamated here, both of us right along the border. Forkill are Bowden, County Louth, and ourselves Cullerville is Bowden, County Monaghan, and we're very, very small pick. So there's a fair bit of work attached to attending training and attending matches. You're transporting 1 and 2 clubs, other clubs all together. So we're very happy that there is working quite successful at the minute, and we get an opportunity to play here on junior final day.
Martin, once again, thanks very much and well done.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Best of luck with your service.
Thank you.
I think it's brilliant.
Thank you, Martin.
Thank you. Yeah.
Now I've got Michael Rogers, the captain here. Michael, that must have been a dream come true. Basically, after 10 minutes, the result really wasn't in doubt.
No, the result was brilliant, especially I'm very proud of the lads that have put in the effort, especially in the first half now. It certainly made a big impact on the game now. Yeah.
I gather you were a member of the winning team last year.
Oh, I was, yeah. And from winning the team last year, I was on the bench starting now, and then I come on now. This year I'm captain of the final now.
Well, have you any aspirations to step up to perhaps senior level?
Well, I'm hoping to be a part of the team to promote next year to first division now, as we had an unlucky year now. Yeah.
So, what's the plans now?
Oh, you wouldn't want to know.
Michael, congratulations and very well done.
Thank you very much.
I think we've got Martin Waters, the manager, just back for 1 minute.
Yeah, Tony, just talking to you on great service there, as I say, all around the world. I just want to say hello to my son Niall, is watching live from Madrid at the minute.
There you are,
Great underage player with our club, and he's out there working at the minute, just like I think we've already covered that topic. So, hello Niall, how's it going?
No doubt.
All right.
A very proud son and a very proud father. Thank you. So that's the third division minor final decided. Doirnin Blues have defeated Mahari on a scoreline of 2-13 to 1-6, and join us shortly in 10 or 15 minutes for the junior championship final between Armagh-gaa and Clonmore. Thank you.